Not a sharp dressed man.
Grief, I'm glad to see you guys. It's very simple. When you got it, you got it! That's a true story. At least 95% of it anyway.
You know, crazy's really a relative term. And in the Robertson family, that relative is Si.
Hey, look, crazy is such a relative word.
I just said that.
I think that's what he just said. And it's not relative to me. Okay.
It's relative and relevant. Is that the...
See, now you're bringing in another word.
I'm bringing another word.
Okay, yeah, you're trying to confuse the issue here.
I don't use too many words.
No, we were talking about relevant, okay? And it's not relevant.
He just made up a word. Everybody heard that. Relevant is not a word. It is now.
I feel no shame, I'm proud of where I came from. I was born and raised in boondocks. One thing I know, no matter where I go, I keep my heart and soul in the boondocks.
That's a tough one. What was the question again?
Who are you, Martin?
That is a good question.
I would like to hear this.
Bigfoot would be a good guess.
I would like to know how you got here, because I really don't know, Martin.
You just looked up one day and I was there, didn't you? As y'all know, I was in graduate school, so I'm not a dummy, you know? It's one of those deals that's better to look dumb and be smart than vice versa.
Well, look, a man like me has got to get his beauty rest. Yeah,
We get the job done, and sometimes we cut it a little thin. We pull all-nighters. That doesn't mean that we were just reckless during the day. That means we were just waiting for the right moment to get the job done. And 9 times out of 10, we pull it off. 90% is pretty good.
No, these guys pick on me all the time when we're done.
Oh, here's what happens. Look, here's Si. Really, he doesn't have as many stories as you might think. He just has a few, but he has all these hundreds of variations of the same story. And so we start arguing about that because we're trying to catch him with the facts. I mean, the man, look, he believes that there are real Black Panthers roaming our woods. And here's my point. I'm like, if you really believe that, why are you laying straddle in the middle of the woods taking a nap?
Look, here's the deal. If a Black Panther bit you on the butt, you wouldn't believe it.
I wouldn't, because they're not out there.
Oh yeah, they're there.
His famous story is seeing a Black Panther while riding down the road in a vehicle that I was driving.
Can't get it in their mind to say what their eyes saw.
It was a bobcat. There's no Black Panther.
Oh,
get all
Panther was. Okay, I'm never wrong. Ask my wife, she'll tell you the same thing. You know, she said, I got you on that, and I said, ah, nice try.
Si claims to be one of the greatest marksmen the world has ever known.
So look, as long as they're flying, I'm not shooting. They keep flying. When I start shooting, they start falling. So, hey, me like a dummy, I think I killed them.
To alleviate this problem, we put 3 blanks in the top of Si's shotgun shell box, of which he still denies to this day that we did this. The ducks come in, he goes boom, boom, boom. There's white smoke everywhere as evidence that we put the 3 blanks. Si says, well, boys, I went 2 for 3. I said, well, we put blanks in your gun. And so I said, hey, all I know is when I pulled the trigger, I saw it in the duck's eyes. He must have surrendered.
And here's the thing. Hey, that shows you how good of a marksman I am. I can even kill it with blanks.
To answer your question, who's the best duck caller? He's not on the stage, it's Phil.
Your calendar is based on Jesus of Galilee. Suck it up, you just have to live with it. Well, I know he was here, or we wouldn't be saying it's 2014 years since he got here. I mean, 3 days after they buried Jesus, he literally beat death.
So that is omnipresent. He's all-knowing. He knows you better than anybody else because he knows the heart of a man or a woman. He knows how many hairs are on your head or on your chin. Oh, he knows what you're thinking. All these practical things in life, God's way is always the best.
If you want to be a good cook, you got to make a mess.
That's right.
And you got to be in it. This hat's wearing me too. I'm taking it off.
Well, fire on board, that's bad.
Look, they got firemen here. All ships got firemen on.
That's not the point.
What do you mean? Oh, sure it is. If it happens to have a little spark, catch something on fire, the fireman will put it out.
Get ready, because this wasn't rehearsed. So.
No, I don't know, but I can't do none worse than the rest of them.